Hi there, this is True Strive. Have you ever wondered how the hiring process has been created? Well, today I'm going to walk you through the full process. I don't know how about the other company because I never in HR or never in any team in different companies, so I have no clue. But today I'm going to walk you through the whole process of the hiring, recruitment, how you become a staff or an intern with us. So first of all, if you don't know, we are True Strive, a startup company that founded in Vietnam in 2022, the beginning of the year. And we still in the development process to build more people, recruits more talented just like you. And you must be wondering how many teams or people actually involved in this process. Let me tell you. So as the startup company, we have to do everything from the beginning to the end, and sometimes we're still making mistakes, but hopefully you can forgive us. But so far, if you've been satisfied with our hiring process, give us a thumbs up or comments to tell us know how you think. So firstly, the people who really participate in the process is everybody. Which team is the most or the vital teams in here will be HR, which these people actually will create job descriptions and also need to fully set up recruiting process and how to delegate the task. And who else beside HR team engage in this will be social medias and marketings and also the CEO of the company or the lead manager or the hiring manager, of course, to really make sure everything go along the sides. So let me tell you step by step of this process. So first of all, at the lead of the company or anything, you need to know why you need to hire certain positions. Then the lead or team manager will let the HR manager know or HR team knows that, hey, we need this people or positions by this time. Depends on the business strategy or the urgent of the business development. So they talk together and then we'll assign the task for HR. We need a GD, a draft GD, job descriptions from HR. Then HR will write the GDs as the requirement, and also they need to know what are the requirements, what are the deadlines and timeline for interviews and also starting day. So they need to write a draft, and then after that they will send it to the team leader to make sure the job GD is perfect or enough the information that they're looking for as interns or the staff or employees. Also, after that, they also delegate the task for social media so they can design a poster that with the positions that they're hiring for. And whenever all that team combined it, then they make sure it's like, okay, it's matched with the requirements from the higher authorities and it's ready to go. And we have a soft deadline and even the deadline that need to be posted. So it's matched with the overall timeline that we're looking for. Then jump into the social media team will take in charge about this, that they post on social media, which is Facebook, Instagram, linking if applicable, and also Facebook groups that have the target audience that we're looking for. So we need to make sure that content marketing team also engage in this so they can write a perfect captions that attract the target audience. And even when we post there, we need to make sure who we want to attract. So those team, HR, social media, and content marketing or marketing team need to work together as a whole process to make this happen. So it's required actually around a week or less if the team really strong and talented and then skill and experience. If not, it can take longer since everybody new and they need training and they need to practice for their design, then it take longer time. Moving on, so after they post for the job hiring in all social media, then during that time, if we can use different strategy, if it's like Ross, we don't run any ads, then we need to make sure that we post a lot of places that famous to attract people. So the HR team need to know where to be, the ads should be, or the post should be published on social media. So that is the responsibility of HR, and they can delegate or collaborate with the social media interns or staff so they can know where to post. Also, during that time, who in charge of answering clients, social media team or HR team will actually take a role to do this, because sometimes some candidates can ask some questions that social media interns or people who in social media field don't have the answer for that. So they really need to make sure that HR always on the side for this process. And then if after a long time or a specific time that we see that the candidates number of candidates doesn't really reach the goals, then we have the plans on the side that need to make sure is when the marketing interns or marketing strategy will jump in, which is we need to run ads on Facebook, Instagrams, any social media, or even post on YouTube to let people know, and how long we need to run it until. So after we get a full amount of candidates, we can jump into close applications. So after application close, we officially moving on to the next process that the HR will set up or scan the resume first before actually phone screening, to make sure that they understand whatever we're looking for and confirm if they're still able to conduct or moving to the next process, or if they're missing some required documents, then we need to make sure they resubmit that before moving to set up the appointment with them for the interview. And after we send everything out, they schedule the interview, process the interview with the interviewer, and they will either get the job or don't get a job. We still process with that so they know. And if they get a job, we send them the job application offer, and moving to welcome emails, send them the requirements or required documents they need to be signed before their starting day. For the people who don't get qualified, we still send an email to make sure that they aware of why they get rejected or not qualified, and still hope that they can apply or reapply for next positions or upcoming opportunities. So that's pretty much the process. Would sound like really easy, but let me actually show you behind the scene how many steps or what are we really need to do, either the process, the strategies, and everything for this. So you can learn more about how the interview process, how the hiring process going to be conducted, and also learn about different teams and insights of what's going on. So let me walk you through that process right now. So here are the details of the step or behind the scene that we need to do. First thing is from the higher authorities or the CEO of the company or hiring manager. They need to work to make sure with the business plan and development. So the first thing is delegating tasks. This is one of the most vital and also important soft skill that everybody needs in order to know who will in charge of this task and you assign to them. So delegating from the higher positions or the top positions, like, hey, we need to have this ready. Can you finish by this day? And then also next thing is moving to the second step, which is the planning process, which is create strategy for hirings and put the plans with brainstorming ideas and how we need to improve to have a better hiring process. So from here we have HR, we have social media, marketing intern if needed, or in marketing team, and also whoever will helpful for this task. And then from there, this is how we work. So we show you the documents, with this right away. I don't know what are the other people actually doing for the process, but for us, for me, I'm using Google Drive because this is really easy to edit and also share for the people to contribute and sharing their ideas. And we have different departments right here. As you can see, events, HR, IT, management, and all kind of stuff. And right now, if we focus on the HR because it's hiring people, and I also separate it into different folder, so we need to make sure that we can know where we find what we need. So the first thing is for the planning. So we have the first one for the other recruitment, which is we create seminars, so we attract more employees or interns or staff. And this is the second one, hiring marketing, that we have with the preparations and execution process. Most of the time, the person who creates this, because sometimes my new staff is still like really fresh and just started, so they don't have a lot of experience of doing this. For me, as a person who created this as an event planner major, I list out everything that we need to do and also put that into a day, and then the task and who will do it and when is the deadline. This is the subtask in the or mid deadlines and the big deadlines, which is like we have subtabs and mini deadlines. So this is everything that certain day we need to be completed, and we have who will do it, and then so I will list out all the step by step, which is like request HR manager to create GD, how many, and then we post. If they delay the process, then we make sure that we put in here is fail, so they know. And then also training and prepare for job GDs, and delegate welcome package email, and request help from all team content. So for social medias and the other one, so they can participate in this. And then also ask the intern or other to review the hiring process to make sure that if it's okay, is that too complicated or what need to be adjusted. Also, we have the design review by team lead after the social media or design graphic designer finish their poster. They send it back for the team lead to make sure it's okay for all the information listed in there. And then also that time they will check the job description, Google form, poster, caption, content, and website flow code, which is like you see on Instagram, if it's okay before posting. And we have even a deadline for posting, what day, what time, depends on the social media insights, depends on the time that track or people online the most. So we need to make sure we know that. And also HR will post the job description and requirements on the website, which is our website that we're still building, and also give access to a social media intern for Instagrams and an app page role on Facebook page, so they can do their requirements or responsibilities. And then also we post publicly and show interns how to do it on social media if they are new. But when you get used to it, we don't need to have these steps anymore. And then we gotta make sure we post on these social media, Instagram story, Facebook page, qualified Facebook groups, YouTube channel, or share on personal Facebook if needed. As a part of the people who work with To Strive, we really recommend you guys support the company missions and even sharing these on your Facebook if you can. Next thing is send out email to people who are SVP from the previous marketing strategy that we have, and also send email to potential candidates from the previous they reapply, but this is new opportunities or positions, so they can make sure that they're not missing any opportunity again. And like I said, keep engaging and answering messages, comments, and check application to make sure who apply and all kind of stuff. And for that, we have phone screening and set it up, and then when the deadline, and we have this ready for planning process. So the HR can keep track with this. So next step is executions. So after you apply on the websites or anything, stay on the form, this is how we use, and this is really important for the company, which is the management component. Basically, this is the form that you see on our job application form. With even the application form, we need to make sure that we have everything that we need to know about you before hiring you, so we can get some database for different team, which is like analysts, so we can do that in the future. And we need to know before conduct the interview with you. So after you apply for this, your application will actually jump into our database, and we have all your information listed in here. I apologize if you see anything right now, but then what the other team need to do for this, only the HR team can actually touch this database, because it's really personal information, and we need to make sure that these people are trustable and also responsible, not sharing these information to the public or anything like that. And after we receiving that, we actually will move them to the different boards so we can manage this better. This is just the job application form. We move them to the recruitment pipeline. This is how we do and manage in the better or professional way. And so it will jump into different board ultimately. And this is the board that we're using. And we also listed out everything that need to be done by each day. So the first day when you apply for the job, your application will jump in here, and the HR will read your paragraph, and whatever we require, we need to make sure that you match. So if you don't have the resume here, definitely they will contact you or call you to make sure that you submit it before moving on to the next step, which is step 3. So yeah, so these people will jump into the phone screening stage 2. Either you can move the whole group, or you can move individual person. So all of them will move here, right? And for this, we check everything, make sure, and then after the HR get confirmed that they need to call, then after they call, they will move you to the set up the interview. And actually, I will walk you through this first and go back to what need to be sent. And then also, you're going to stay for, which is email sends and waiting for your response to be scheduled interview. And then after that, you actually receive the link to schedule with our CEO and founder. And then you will move to the save file, which is you already scheduled the interview. And some people actually schedule and they cancel last minute and all kind of stuff. So we request our HR team to confirm the schedule interview date and time to make sure that you can attend that before to let our hiring manager or higher authority knows that you can attend, so they're not wasting each other time. And then after you reconfirm, we move you here to the second day or next day. And then after your interview conducted, then we will actually interview you, and then if everything after that, we will move you to stage 7, send you all the email that you participate in the interview appointment, either you pass or not. And for the not qualified candidate, we also gotta send them the email to make sure that let them know, besides let them hanging. And then from that, we also move you to next day, which is day 8, that send you the job offer letter through DocuSign for the past interviewer, so you can process and understand what are we offering and the requirements to make sure that you okay with it before accepting the job letter. And we also request our candidate to send back the job acceptance letter, so you practice a new things from the US. And after we receive everything from you, get your signatures and acceptance letter, then you're ready to go for your positions. And next day, we send you the welcome email and onboarding package with welcome you on the teams and also requirements or documents that you need to be completed, and also get you the first day email to request you a one-on-one meeting with our CEO and founder, so we can learn or know more about your learning and working objective, and also request the group meeting time and day. So we also have different things in here for our groups that get terminated if they're not completed their requirements or the lack of responsibility. And also, like, if people don't really accept the job offer letter, we will move them, or they did not qualify for certain thing, we'll keep in our database for future references. So right now, this seemed like easy, and this is the system we're using for keep track of your process. So you must be wondering, like, how our company using different things. So we actually have a database for our job description with master job descriptions, and then also it's like a whole database of a Google form that we create instant. I can click in here for you to see that we have this every single positions. We have the Google form for you to sign up and read, and also the PDF files. Whenever you completed your interview and ready to start, we will actually send you the PDF file again for you to keep it in with you, so you can keep track of what you need to be done and what you should do for that as the first thing. And also we have packages for onboarding with all the requirements for paperwork. And also, like, I have a task in here for different templates, so let's go through and check out different templates for this. For this is the template for hiring posts. We need to work together on the planning process that we need to write, and also make sure that the timeline is updated, and our requirements for use, and also like what is the benefits. That's the first thing. And second one is the master hiring step by step. For new HR people, we show them basically what to know, or they can read a little bit so they understand the process if they need to be trained more. You know, sometime after you're getting trained but you not really do hands-on experience, it's really hard for you to fully understand how to execute it, the process. So I help my team to have this ready so they can double check with this step. So third thing is a email hiring process templates. Some of you will pay attention, like we send email step by step. So that is matched with the previous files that I show you. So this is stay 1 from stay 11, stay 12. So we have to write this everything out as the template, so we just copy and paste. But sometimes for the HR team, they need to pay attention with the details and the informations in here to make sure the date is right, because we have different hiring timeline. And this is what we do, and we have it with the subjects, the contents in here, and everything need to be ready, because if not, it will be a whole mess and it take really long time for you to receive and stay organized with us. So we aiming for the professionalism, and I hope that you will see that in the future, and we can also see that from you. And we have the welcome package checklist, and then Google Drive they need to do, and also the list of Facebook hiring group that really qualify, so we can post it in there whenever we need it. So this is whatever we done. And when you actually apply for this task right here, we also use the calendar to make sure that it show everything on my end, so I can confirm the date and time, and even read the questions to make sure that I can answer that during or before the interview for you, and change it again to let them know, or let the people know that I set up the interview with them. One of the reasons how the HR can confirm is when it's whenever you guys book on the Calendly, it will pop up on my calendar, and I don't know this girl applied for which position. So for me, my responsibility is go back to this, and I read your positions that you apply for, and double check your paragraph if you have it ready to make sure that, and I can get ready for you to see if your resume before I interview you. And if you already schedule, then I will change it in here on my calendar to make sure that you know which position, or the other HR team know which positions you apply for, so they can send you the confirmation email. So this is social media positions, and I confirm the time for this candidates. So I will set up a change to different color, and so I know what is that about. So we'll also add HR team in here, and also the hiring specialist, so she knows that it's the certain time in Vietnam, because my time zone is different from your time zone right here, Pacific time. So after that, I will delete all of this to make sure. And usually for our interview, we always request or ask our candidate first if it's okay for scheduling or recording. So if they did not answer in here, then I will need to make sure that I confirm with them again, but they okay with the training purposes but not social media. So I will need to pay attention for this, and I don't need to confirm anymore. And now it's ready to go for setting up the appointment for her. So now I just send it to them, and it's ready to go. So during this time, I will have a lot of interview with the candidates, and hopefully we can speed up the process and finish before the deadline for you, because some people actually schedule really late on the last time frame. So we need to block these days 28 to 30 to make sure that we process all the paperwork and everything. So now hopefully you understand the full process. It was really long video explanations, but I hope that you learned something new and understand more about our company, how we operate things and manage people and everything like that. And we're still learning, and hope that we can learn something new from you by receiving your feedbacks and comments and suggestions, so we can improve our hiring process better, and even different things when we actually establish a business. Once again, thank you for your time to watch the video and learn more about hiring process with Juice Life. And I hope that if you are interested with hiring for HR specialist, HR manager, HR assistant for managers, and also recruitment specialist, and hope that we can have a chance to work together. And also there's so many upcoming intern positions that we looking for.